No, you make the choices.
Yes.
Who?
Choices. So yeah, take it away, Hyallissimo.
Is she just teaching a lesson now?
Well, you're all standing on the porch, surrounded by a bunch of kids, and I'm assuming Nim is, trying to hide behind you and pretend to be invisible. Because apparently Nim hates children.
Nim doesn't hate children, she just doesn't like being stared at.
So I guess Hyalla will kneel down among the crowd of kids.
Among us!
Among them. And, she'll look them over to see what weapons they have on them.
I got a knife!
None. They're children wearing tunics.
How's she supposed to teach them this?
They are like 4, maybe 5 at best.
And?
Well, yes, for Hyalla, this makes 0 sense.
Yeah, combat training's not to start until they're 7.
What? No, they're battle ready by 7.
Oh, well then.
You gotta start training before 7 if you want to be war ready.
Yeah,
Well, there you go.
If you need a child soldier, they gotta be raised fast. I mean, they're already doing their forms and katas pre-fetus.
Well, yeah, and then you gotta start them off with a diet of all fats. And then after the first year, you have to go to half fat, half meat.
I am literally
I'm not an
imagining
owl there,
Samson holding an actual child and just putting fat in their mouth. And Hyalla just comes in, it's like, Samson, what are you doing? Well, it's the first time
I'm making
I had
my own little. I'm raising my own little Thorkel scratcher.
The fuck's a Forkle scratch?
Hyalla just steals the child away. It's like, no, you are revoked from child privileges. I will not have you messing up to get another child.
Oh no, I don't get to raise a child. How sad.
You're right, Samson. You're absolutely right. She just grabs you by the ear and starts dragging you. You're going to learn.
No! No!
Why is Hyalla suddenly Zanzibar?
I don't know. I imagine if Hyalla ever saw. I imagine if you guys are older and Hyalla ever saw Samson with his own kid just shoving fat into its mouth because he thinks it's an owlbear. I imagine she would basically turn into a mixture of Granny Zan and her own mother.
I mean, I feel like first she'd be like, Samson, did you steal a child?
Well, I figure she.
You're not supposed to steal children.
I didn't steal it.
I made
the orphanage was on fire and I saved it. And
Unlikely
for your
story.
follow-up question, no, I did not set an orphanage on fire.
Hyalla, look, I made this. It was on a 9-month delivery.
Look at what I got from Amazon.
What's his last name?
What's his
Amazon.
last name?
Yeah,
Bezos?
Mr. Amazon Bezos.
Made in tuna?
Samson's husband, Amazon Bezos.
Hey, at least you married rich.
Oh my fucking god, why?
Hey, Hyalla, look, I'm going to space, wee!
Hey, Hyalla, look! Me and Amazon made this! Zanzibar helped us!
He's just flying to space. She pulls out a handkerchief to wave.
Oh my god, we're getting so off track. Hyalla
Yeah.
story!
I'm just imagining Samson's just lying in space with a spacesuit. He goes, haha, wee, and then fires his gun and uses the knockback. His move would be like, haha, wee, haha, wee, haha, wee.
Wonder if I can do both. Now we're gaining speed! Woo!
But also, Hyalla's story.
The tale of Hyalla.
I feel like
The
this is far
surveys.
more interesting.
Yeah,
No.
Samson and his husband, Amazon Bezos, and their wonderful wacky adventures.
I love Hyalla. What's Hyalla do?
Yeah,
I
tell us
mean-
everything Hyalla's thinking.
Internally, she's wondering why the heck these kids are just, like, here to apparently learn how to defend themselves and have nothing with which to actually do so. What the heck is wrong with this island?
Hyalla thinks something's wrong with Zanzibar? No! No!
So she'll look them over and I guess ask them what they want to learn.
And they
Would
kind
you
of
like
just
to know
stare
how
at
to
you.
govern
They kind of just stare at you like, stop!
She'll straighten up, look out at the distance, and are there any like rocks nearby that can just be picked up?
Roll perception for rock. There are rocks. I half got myself and half was your just that just killed me. There are rocks.
There are rocks in Zanzibar.
Rocks confirmed for Zanzibar. Thank God Samson didn't roll the perception. There are no longer any rocks. Zanzibar is all mud. It is sliding as we speak.
I mean, I can fling mud as easily as I can fling rocks, so...
They both hurt if they hit your eyes, but for very different reasons.
Yeah. I considered having her just play fetch with the kids.
Honestly, that's where I thought this was going.
You know what? Sure. She'll toss the rock up in the air a couple times, look down at the kids, be like, alright, so how about we start off with a game?
It's called Dodge Rock. If you can dodge a fist, you can dodge a rock.
Alright, so she's gonna hold the rock out and be like, remember this particular stone. I'm going to throw it, and whoever can retrieve it and bring it back, the quickest, will receive an award.
You just see their eyes light up.
Alright, and then she's gonna take one quick, like a side step away from them so she can get a good wind up, like a full-on baseball pitcher sort of thing. And she's gonna just make the motion of throwing it as hard as she can, and then palm it.
Slide a paw.
The bot did not appreciate.
Ha, suck it, kid.
Anyway, you do that.
So it's a test of perception and not actually skill or speed.
Wait, what's that meme?
That would be why. Anyway, you throw it, and they all start running. Kid flow.
What?
A tsunami of kids.
Huh?
A kid flow.
Kidnado.
Yeah. So now what?
She'll step back to take a seat on the porch and toss the rock up and down in her hand. and then go back to like just holding it normally in her closed fist.
How's Samson's
Sure.
retrieval of wood going?
Roll for wood.
Woody?
Ah, good. Woody. Back to
You
Hyalla.
are a toy!
You are a toy! So, some time will pass, and that time will be represented by the amount of time that it takes me to go get more water.
Wow, it took him 7 years to get water.
I have no idea what he said. It's almost like we can still hear his voice.
And then we never heard from him again.
Oh, so tragic, so sad. I could like almost cry.
I mean, we kind of need to hear from him again. He runs
Yeah.
the universe we're all in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we never saw Shay again.
Why am I getting killed off when I'm not the one who left?
Because you're going through this weird thing right now.
And it's almost
I-
like we can still hear her voice.
Perfectly fine, I'll have you know.
Still claiming that she was perfectly fine, even though we slowly watched her deteriorate into madness. Laughing maniacally as she rocked back and forth. In between those
That sounds like
maniacal
way too much
laughters,
effort.
in between those maniacal laughters, the raving of a mad woman.
That sounds like way too much effort to rock back
Must
and forth.
must clean the page. Gotta clean page.
Then she disappeared into a burst of Oreos, and we don't know what the hell happened.
Why a burst of Oreos?
First thing that came to mind.
Sounds like a delicious explosion. So anyway, after some amount of time, some kids start coming back looking really sad.
You dirty liar! There was no rock! Why would you lie to us?
Some kids come back with rocks, others come back empty-handed, being like, we couldn't get it. Others are like, I found the rock, dude! I found it! And then still others are just happy to be there, so they come up running.
So
Kill
all the
us.
kids are back?
Pretty much, yeah.
Honestly,
Alright.
I would have
Nothing
thought that,
fucking
like,
rocket.
one of them would have claimed to find the rock, and then they all
Well, that's
just
what
try and
sounded like
beat
they
the
did.
hell out of each other with it. No, not with it, for it.
Yeah, I mean, I was expecting some fake in it. But yeah, she'll hold up the rock to kids.
The ones that were holding the rocks realize that they have the wrong rock and they drop it. Some of them look like they're sad, some start sniffling. Others put on a pouty face. No fair! You cheated!
I'm so tempted for him to be like, no, she was faster. I saw her.
You
She was
must
on all
always.
fours.
Is that how being fast works?
Yes?
More feet, more speed.
Yes, have you ever seen someone bear run? Crazy.
Yeah, the crest of the Boreal Valley.
Yeah!
So the kids are upset.
But yeah, she's just gonna be like, you must always remember to see everything that's happening close to you before you can focus on anything far away. And she'll toss the rock to whichever kid looks the saddest.
There's your prize. Good job.
Beam them with the rock.
One random little girl catches it. I have the rock! I win!
Very well, very well.
What's my rank? Rank
Would you like to run the next game?
Yeah!
And she'll get back up and look around the area.
Little girls like will play Last One Standing and cast Power Over Skill.
Shoot, trying to think of a second game.
time, I'll throw the rock and the first one to swallow it with.
And then all the kids die.
No, just the one that won.
No, everyone except the one that swallowed the rock drops dead.
The rock was the antidote to the poison.
The poison I spread out in the area that I pretended to throw the rock. If you hadn't run, you wouldn't have gotten sick. No,
ran
it's
Oh,
not
into
so
a
you
trap.
boys in the mud.
You ran into a trap. Your life is forfeit.
Yeah, I mean that would be the shit Hyalla's school did for a lesson. They were like, oh yeah, we tricked you into doing this thing and now you're gonna die unless you can do this other thing. But if you try and do that other thing the wrong way, you're also going to die, but in a different way.
So your school is just a Saw movie?
Kind of. Saw movie with grades.
Tell each of the kids to find a rock and see who can throw the rock the furthest.
You gotta
At each
see.
other.
You lost your arm in that last test, and well, I don't see you doing very well on the next one. You better study now.
You
Yeah,
lost
I
your
mean-
arm, and that's your fault, Timmy, for not doing better. Do better next time.
Yeah, there's no
Next
failing
time,
grade
Timmy,
because you'd be
watch
dead.
out where you're going. I can't. I lost my eyes.
Well, this next test is going to require sight, so you better study hard, Timmy.
You should have thought of that before you became blind.
Should have thought of that
Should've
before
just
you
been
didn't
better.
succeed in this last test, you little shit.
Yeah.
Now you have two options. Die in our test, or be expelled. Out into the snow with your dog ass.
Yeah, just quit, Pony.
Take your yee ass haircut and your dumb blonde eyes and get out of my sight.
But the monster ate my eyes.
That's
But
one
anyway.
less bitch in my curriculum.
But anyway, Hyala's game.
Yeah. So she'll direct the rest of the kids to find similarly sized rocks.
The children will follow these orders and find similarly sized rocks.
I'd say by this time Samson's back.
Hello there, Ragamuffin! Did you retrieve wood?
Yes?
Good! Did you set it up?
No?
And Zed just takes a deep breath and she starts doing the Lisa dies face.
What did you do with it? Did you eat it?
No, as Samson is standing there, probably with the wood he gathered in his arms. Speaking of which,
His arms.
we gonna get breakfast anytime soon?
You gonna go make breakfast anytime soon?
Yeah, sure, I can make breakfast.
Okay. In fact, Nim! You
Yo, what
should
up?
make breakfast. Practice
Nim's
your
drugs.
skills, since I'm such a fabulous
Hold on one
teacher.
Yeah, Nim's gonna go in the kitchen, and I'll roll for that in a sec.
So Samson has what? A bunch of odds and ends?
Yeah, like some sticks, maybe some pieces of lumber that were just sort of lying around.
Well, go set them up into targets.
Hey, alright. How far away?
Am I shooting contest? Ask the expert.
And she just points to Hyalla.
Let's
What?
go with 200 feet. And Samson will go 200 feet away from a good spot to start shooting.
And I assume Hyalla continues with her game.
Yeah, she will explain to the kids that in this next game, they need to get the rock as far as possible, and they have as long as they need, and they can request any supplies.
I have a feeling that they're all gonna throw the rocks and they're all gonna hit Samson.
Hit the tall green man.
Do you direct the kids to throw their rocks away from Samson or towards Samson?
I mean, she hasn't even specifically told them to throw their rocks. She's told them to get them as far away as possible.
Use those tiny little brains.
Like, place them, or...
No, but like, from a starting point. They have to...
Get the rock. Like,
and I'm sure some of them will
catapult it
definitely
into magic.
just throw them as hard as they can.
Alright, so you line all the kids up. And you have them just go to their own devices for propelling rock.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I guess you probably should add, hopefully before anyone has thrown anything, remember to be able to identify your rock.
It goes about as well as anyone might expect. Some kids try and chuck them, and they basically fall less than 2 feet in front of their head, their face. Some kids throw them, and they just go completely to the right or left. Other kids try and kick them, and the rock just rolls a couple inches.
Damn, these kids are uncoordinated.
It's a pretty poor display. It is certainly not child soldier levels.
Not one kid decided to do anything other than just yeet.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty much they just decided.
So Cal will look to Samson.
After they do it, you know, pretty much all of them just raise their hands above their heads and like, yay!
We did it.
And before she looks to Samson, she'll go over to the girl who quote unquote won the last contest, and says, "All right, you can be the judge." Go.
And the executioner.
She kind of just looks at you confused.
Your job is to observe which went the furthest.
Okay. And she'll just kind of like skitter off to go and start observing the rocks.
Little did Hyalla know, that's the only girl who needed glasses.
No wonder why she couldn't get the rock the first time.
Well, nobody could because nobody was watching Hyalla when she threw it.
Oh, she wouldn't be able to see even if she was.
I was joking, I have no idea if that's true.
So all the kids are still standing in their line except for this one ordained judge, and they're all kind of doing that thing kids do where they're trying to like lean over each other, stretch out their necks, while she goes to inspect every rock that she can find. And
Oh cool, they're just like owlbears.
Hyalla goes, God, that is not the image I needed! Nor the image I wanted!
Hold on, I think I can find the image. Keep talking.
Stop!
No.
Cease! Anyway, Hyalla does what while this is going on?
She just watches for a minute and then looks to Samson and is like, "Do we still have any cloth or leather?"
Samson is like 200 feet away from the cottage.
Do we have any?
Only you guys!
Any cloth or leather?
I mean, I guess she'd go over to him. If he's really just
spook me.
standing out there. What are you
What
doing
the-
out here?
Setting up targets?
Ah. Well, anyways. Do you have any of that cloth or leather still hanging around?
Yeah,
Enough
I
to make
do.
a sling?
Yeah. Just
To hold
one?
out her hand.
Just one sling?
Mm. For now.
Alright, and he'll get out a piece of cloth.
Would the cloth even be stretchy enough to make it? Oh, you're talking about like a
Not
Davy and Goliath.
slingshot, like,
Davy
yeah.
and Goliath sling.
Yeah.
yeah.
The
Davy
kind of just
Crockett
whirl,
and
whirl,
Goliath.
whirl, whirl, yeet.
You and slings.
That is now my favorite description of a sling ever. Whirl, 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 yeet.
Yay. Or wee for short.
Wee.
Wee for short.
So, how much breakfast is Nim making?
All of it.
Every break.
Yes.
Alright, I'll roll for that now. 21.
21 whole breakfast.
Yeah,
Wait, wouldn't it be 22?
that's what I meant to say, but
But math.
You managed
Yeah.
to make immaculate food. Food fit to rival the gods.
Food for a bunch of
somehow Nim
frustrators.
made nectar and ambrosia, and she doesn't know how it happened, but she did.
The same way she set water on fire.
Never
Yeah.
gonna ever make your dream of perfectly bland soup.
It seems like it.
Aw, I always get results. Dang it.
Curses! Foiled again! Results!
Yeah, no one specified portions to Nim, so Nim made the breakfast she's used to.
Oh no.
Well, there's
Well,
no
I
more
guess
food in the
Samson's
house.
sausage fingers is a lot closer than we thought.
Yeah, pretty much.
Nim made a 3-course breakfast.
Yeah. And now,
Yeah.
Nim has to, serve all that.
Ha ha ha!
Ha ha ha.
Gray's Lightning!
Does this even fit on the table?
No, it won't. You're gonna have to find alternate means. Oh, sorry, not even. Roll me fate. Let's even see if there was enough food to do what you say you did.
We look back, the whole house is just stuffed with food. Nim somehow pulled a Jesus and
There's
she
enough.
had like
There's
5
enough.
fish and 3 loaves of bread, and suddenly the house is just stuffed full.
Yeah,
bread.
there is enough food there to 3-course meal your party plus Zan.
Oh,
All the breakfast.
rip the 5-year-olds.
They have parents.
We don't
Well,
actually
it's a
know
three-
that.
If it's a 3-course meal, we can just take 1 course, and I assure you we'll have enough.
There is
No.
at best a 50% chance they have parents.
I mean, those same odds are for Samson. What's your point?
Anyway.
Anyway, back to Hyalla. What Hyalla doing again?
The best.
Just gonna make a little sling and practice by tossing a rock up into the air with it.
Okay. You're still by Samson, right?
For now, yeah.
Okay.
She's looking out towards the kids to make sure none of them go running off somewhere.
Zan's still on the porch watching him.
Judging. The true judge, jury, and executioner, Granny Zan, and her walking stick.
Also known as Zanny.
Granny, Zanzibar. I don't know, ignore me.
Zanny Granzabar.
But you know, you practice with your sling and you do the thing.
You sling.
Slinky slank, that figgity flank.
Yeah, she'll head back and ask the girl how things are progressing.
She holds up a rock too big for any of them to have thrown and says,
This one was the farthest.
You failed your only task. Congratulations.
No, she's gonna look out to all the other kids and be
Task
like,
failed successfully.
"Is this anyone's?"
and they're all like, no, but it's the farthest.
Yes, we all agree. It's the farthest, therefore it wins.
Oh no, Hyalla taught them democracy!
Yeah,
Which
no,
is
they
really ironic.
She basically went out, found a rock that was farther than all that were thrown, brought it back, and asked everybody what they thought. They have all agreed that rock wins the prize for never having been thrown, just sitting there. They basically found a whole new rock.
Yeah. So you think that rock
rock.
traveled the farthest?
Well, since the rock wins, the rock gets a prize, and then Hyalla crushes it in her bare hands.
They've
Prizes
lived their
are-
lives probably in one town for 4 or 5 years. I don't think they know what travel means.
I mean, they know the concept of movement, I assume.
What's
Apparently
movement?
not. These kids are fucking dumb.
Hey
They're-
kids, how many feet do you move in a turn?
What's a turn?
No, they should know what a turn is. They play games.
The type of bird.
Anyway, so yes, round 2, rock
Right.
declared winner.
Mommy says I'm not allowed to eat turns anymore. Not after it gave me diarrhea.
Lovely. So Hyalla's gonna pull out the sling and show it to him. And be like,
You could kill a giant with this.
but only if his name is Goliath.
Or Fred.
Goliath is a race in D&D, right?
Yes.
You can kill a Goliath with this. And then the Goliath kid's like, where?
The Goliath kid who's like as big as him. He's like, don't kill me!
Racial bonus:
Yeah, there
vulnerability to vulnerability to sling-fired projectiles.
But yeah, she's gonna grab a rock that's near her, put it in the sling, and just throw it real far.
Ow!
You see, if you want to hit distant targets like Merrymaker,
And if he learned to dodge,
Go on.
it helps to have tools that you can use.
Oh. I want a turn.
And they all just start
Mommy
asking.
says daddy's a tool.
Stop trying to give
I
these
know, I
children
know.
fucking backstory, especially negative ones. What is with you, Ed? Jesus Christ!
How I kill?
Mommy used power word kill on Daddy. He's not around anymore.
I thought people here didn't kill each other.
No, apparently to Ed, everyone's a murderer and has a terrible backstory.
No, just the fun ones.
my mommy
Anyway.
said my dad's the biggest tool, and that's why he's not allowed in the house anymore.
I heard one word different and the entire statement changed.
Ah.
I heard has. And you can see how that
Oh no!
you see how that entire statement changed.
He's a huge has? What does that mean?
Mommy said Daddy has. Anyway, they all want to turn with the sling.
Daddy's a has-been.
You know.
So you have one sling and a bunch of kids who want to play with the sling.
Yeah, she's gonna say, "Alright, line up."
And they do.
She'll, give it to the first kid in line. And she'll ask if, they need assistance seeing how it works.
I know how it works. I've done plenty of swings before. How does it work?
Do the throw.
Do the throw.
Do the throw. Oh god,
Do it, throw.
that came out a little more Beavis and Butthead than I intended. Do the throw.
Slings are cool. They go.
I love slings. But yeah, no, he'll loosely try and like wind it up, and then he'll get farther with the rock, but it's not good. And then he just offers it to you with that face of like, I need help.
So Hyalla will, just sort of like wave her hand to make sure all the kids are watching. And just be like, carefully see what I do. And she'll kind of explain what she's doing as she's doing it. Like winding it up, getting the speed built up, and then how to release.
Woohoo! And the kids watch with great intent.
Listen up, you fuckheads. I'm only doing this once.
And remember, you want to release the rock and not the sling. Don't let go. If it's your only weapon.
Also,
Don't
make sure
wanna
you do
throw
it in
it.
front of you and not behind you, where literally everyone else is standing.
Well, if you're in battle and there's bad guys behind you, you can throw it behind you.
Yeah, in this case,
What
children
style?
behind you.
And so she'll give it back to the kid number 1, and she'll wave to the kids again, be like, "Alright, now everyone watch him."
Alright, roll me to fate to see how well your teaching stuck.
Weedle-wee.
He hit Samson right in the middle of the back.
Ow!
Release! And boom! Right into Samson.
Ow!
Samson.
Yay! I hit the moneymaker! I did it! Yay!
All the kids start aiming for him.
He passes it off to the next one, and she slings it, and boom! Right into Samson's head.
Ow!
As
What are
he
you
No, no.
teaching these kids?
No, let's start aiming for something else.
They aim for Samson's hat.
So one of the targets is set up, right? Like near where he is.
Yeah.
She'll indicate one of those to the next kid.
Or tell Samson to not stand
the
near the
next
target.
kid will hit the rock. Will hit the target as the rock whirls by Samson's head.
Yeah.
Kids are out for murder.
Gee. I better move so that they don't hit me.
They'll just keep being rocks that keep hitting the targets. And more or less, almost hitting Samson at this point. But yeah, no, they
I
all
like
successfully...
how a bunch of 5-year-olds have a better chance at hitting Samson than like trained
Most of
cultists have.
Whoa! Well, they didn't have Hyalla as a teacher.
That's on them.
Yeah, totally their fault. Like, fuck.
Yeah. They should have just gotten good.
So yeah, your little stormtroopers have decent aim.
I was about to say, they're hitting their target.
Yeah.
So what's Hyalla's next course of action? Also, you got 15 minutes left.
She'll just probably have them cycle through a few more times just to get some good practice in with that. And she'll look over them all again and be like, do any of you have weapons of your own that you use?
No.
Anything you're interested in learning?
What's that you got there?
Fun
A
and
knife!
games!
Yes!
What'd they say?
Fun and games.
Fun and games. She's
That's
gonna.
the name
she's
of
gonna-
my guns.
I'm sure it is very big. I'm sure it is.
Honestly, that'd be a really good name.
Yeah, it would.
These are the name of my guns. Bills and Paid.
Oh my gosh! Wait. Does
Hmm?
does that
Bill
mean-
and Ted.
I can't believe Fun killed Prin.
Mhm.
You always knew that's how it would end.
No, no, no. Fun killed Celeste. Games killed Prin.
Oof.
What is a game?
Yeah, for a second, Hyalla's gonna glance at Granny Zan. Like, not. Hopefully, not enough to make her notice, but she's just like, what on earth? She's gonna, look back and be like, what sorts of games do you learn?
And it's just a cacophony of different answers. Hide and seek, tag. Some of the more, you know, classic ones. Hoops. Jacks. Find the
I think
Yagati.
oops. Hmm.
That last one, pretty much the only one that stood out. The rest of them were just classic kids games.
Power word kill.
One of these kids just has a super dark, edgy backstory.
Zanzibar's bastard son.
Oh,
Hey, if he was to be in anywhere.
son of the Zanzibar.
Mhm.
What a sort of. Wow, I didn't think there'd be a Zanzibar based sorcerer.
The paladin of Zanzibar.
Well, I guess, at that point, she'll ask for the sling back. And just kind of explain how it's made, in case they want to make one for themselves. And to not throw rocks at anyone without their permission first.
Excuse me, sir, can I throw rocks at you?
Fair
Or,
enough.
or if they attack them.
You successfully show the children how to make slings and teach them proper weapon ownership.
Mm-hmm. And, at that point, she's going to carefully pull an arrow out and show it to him. Does anyone know what this is?
It's an arrow.
Good.
You get to eat tonight.
This isn't where Hyalla grew up.
Oh.
But it's just like... Do you know how it works?
You put it in the book, and you pull it back, and then it go pew! And then it hits the thing, and then you have food.
Right. It's just like the rock, but the way it's built is so that it doesn't have to fight the air as much, so it can go farther, and you have better control.
Why would you want to fight the air? Yeah, you
Well, in order
breathe
to-
air.
Well, but you have to push the rock through it, right? That's what you're doing anytime you're moving it.
The air is a solid?
A solid, no, but even
What's a
non-solid. Child.
Which your mother is the air.
I think it's a plasma. The one nerd kid in the back pushes up his glasses with his middle
Daddy
finger.
said that air is a plasma.
Only
He went for milk and never came back.
Well, actually, the air is an oppressive substance that keeps our feet grounded to terra firma. It allows us to exist, to breathe. Air can be utilized into many magical forms. It allows you to attack your enemies. If you are really good with it, you could even whip the air right out of their lungs, killing them, swallowing your brain for breathing.
Good job, Timmy. You get to live another day.
I will live, and my enemies will perish.
Not necessarily.
Oh, chicken
Will you
nuggets!
think that?
You'll always get more
Sam-
enemies.
Samson from 200 feet away.
None of
with his
that!
rifle and blast Timmy. Damn, demon spawn.
Shit, dog.
Why'd you kill that? I was gonna eat it!
No.
Anyway, weird things aside.
Weird non-canon bullshit aside, you know, weird TOZ mini-series over aside.
That feels very pointed, excuse you.
Yeah.
Tales of Zanzibar.
Tales of Zanzibar. Everybody's just chibi.
Lil Zanzibar, you such a scamp.
I'm just imagining a Zanzibar base leave it to Beaver Club.
We're tiny and we're teeny, full genocidal weenies. We get to lots of crazies, the tiny Zanzibis.
Yikes.
But that's neither here nor there. Anyway,
It's there. It's way over there.
Yeah, it's over there back in Yikers Island.
Yikers
line up
Island.
completely to the left.
Anyway, Arrow. Actually, hold that thought.
But I don't want to watch Arrow. It sucks.
And in the background, you'll hear someone typing. We won't say who, but you know who it is.
I don't know what you mean.
I also wasn't even looking. I didn't know who it was.
Anyway,
I thought my keyboard had like a
Anyway,
specific sound.
Arrow.
Yeah, she'll just continue to explain in as basic terms as possible, like projectiles, and then she'll do a demonstration with her bow.
And not shoot Samson.
I was
Ideally.
I was expecting you to say that it just lands in between Samson's feet.
I was expecting eyes, and I was like, jeez.
That would be murder, and two of us don't like murder.
6 minutes.
Yeah, but the one who gets murdered is the one who's okay, so we're good.
Yeah.
Just chill with
Anywho,
it. Right, maybe.
What? I can't hear you.
over the sound of my brain.
Just say you're okay with it and we can move on.
What?
Just
Oh
say
my God.
yes. That's all you need to do. Say yes.
No.
There we go. We got permission. Let's go.
Do you like guns?
Guns. I love guns.
Oh,
Good
that sounds like approval for murder to me. Alright, but yeah, she's also gonna, hand an arrow for them to pass around.
They pass the arrow.
The arrow gets past Joe.
Wee.
These kids learn about potential murder.
So she'll,
Kill kid number 7 to make an example.
gosh.
Go up, pentagram, and hit the sand with his blood.
Does anyone here have a short bow?
They have nothing.
No, not
They
them.
own
You guys.
nothing.
All I have is a light crossbow.
No. I
Alright,
think I have proficiency with a short bow.
I'm
great.
pretty sure a 5-year-old could use a light crossbow. What are you talking about?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like
because
a
the
gun.
kickback won't wind them up in the face.
If they can even pull the string back.
Yeah, I mean, that's why Hyalla's not going to offer them her longbow.
They're too short to use a longbow.
Oh yeah, no, there's absolutely
Two
no
of them
way.
hold it and one of them holds the string.
Yes. That's so funny.
They
What
have
up,
invented the
Archer?
ballista.
And all the children just start like grabbing each other's arms and legs, and they just form a bigger kid, a bigger person
Oh my god.
with just a kid at the
Kill
top.
me!
Form
Horrible.
of Zanzibar.
Damn,
What
these
about
Power
tricks?
Rangers sequels are getting out of hand.
Yeah, but I just have a light crossbow. I have several daggers, though. By several, I mean 3.
Anyway,
Man, I'm like, cause Hyalla has things she wants to say, but she doesn't know if it's her place to do that.
Man, you're all useless.
No, she thinks their parents are useless.
Huh,
The heck are they teaching kids these days? Not survival.
not murder.
Not how to be a contributing member of society. But I digress.
but I die.
She'll just sort of watch them for a bit, looking kind of sad.
Poor idiotic children.
Continues to watch them.
Yeah, I mean, eventually she'll be like,
Go
so
bother
have
Granny's
you all
aunt.
never learned things like this before?
What did you say?
Have you not all learned stuff like this before?
No.
And I thought Nim's parents were bad. Move
So
my
she'll-
cup so I stop hitting it.
How to word this?
I don't.
I guess she'll just go with, well, perhaps you all ought to ask parents or whoever in town specializes in this sort of training if you can learn more.
But it's time to start a competition. Yeehaw!
You got more to say to that?
What? I mean, what else is there to say? She's like, your parents have
parents
failed
failed
you. I'm so sorry.
This is
Fair
the
enough.
weirdest parent-teacher conference.
Fair enough. And I assume at that point Samson comes over to say that the targets are set up. Yes?
Yes.
Samson?
Happen?
I assume at this
set up the
point
target.
you come over and tell them all you set up the target for your competition.
Yeah.
You guys want to see something cool?
And that is the end of the tale of Hyalla.
She
The
feels
children
even
are
worse
dead.
than before.
She what?
Ah!
She hates the people more than before.
Ah! Not the kids,
failed
it's not
their
their
children.
fault. She's just like kind of baffled by this turnabout.
Her culture is too fucking different.
Well, no, she's like, okay, the people here literally complain constantly about how dangerous it is, and they're literally not even teaching their kids to defend themselves.
None of these kids even have a dagger. How sad.
Yeah.